Hello again, Don Conroy here. You're welcome to another Draw with Don. I hope you're all keeping well. Now today I'm going to draw a most remarkable bird. It's called a hobby. Hobby is a small, slim falcon. It's like a little miniature version of a peregrine falcon, but it's very slim, has pointed wings, and has the moustachial stripe, here. And it's about kestrel size. If you were to see the male and female up close, they look almost identical, except the male, of course, is slightly smaller than the female. They winter in Africa and come to Europe to breed. And the amazing thing is, they're becoming very successful. And they're on the increase, which is great, in Britain. And they frequent now Ireland, and hopefully they'll establish themselves here as a breeding bird. And the nests they like to use, they don't build their own nests as such, they use an old crow's nest. So here we have this lovely bird. As I said, it's called a hobby, and it feeds mainly on dragonflies, other insects, will-take swallows, swifts and other birds, so you can see how fast it can fly. And it comes out sometimes to hunt at dusk, because that's when bats come out as well. So, a busy little character. Very quickly, I'll show you how to actually draw the form, the shape and form. So just think of a round shape like this, and then a bigger shape like this. You're almost like you're looking at a big egg shape here. And then we just indicate where the tail would be, indicate where the wings would be, like that. And because it's not looking at you directly, it's slightly looking at you at an angle, this little curve, we'll bring it around here like that, and across like that, so you can indicate where the eyes would be, and the bill, the beak, as people call it. Now, once you're happy with that shape, then you can work up your picture. And you do this with a pencil. I'm just using a big heavy marker here, but it just will help you kind of work out the shape. And they have this lovely, by the way, I'll show you later on, they have a lovely kind of burnt sienna colour just around their legs, and it's very striking looking. So otherwise it has this kind of very dark blue, very, very heavy stripe marking on the breast. I must tell you something to all you football lovers who like to play games. You know the famous game Subbuteo? Well, the man who invented that game wanted to call it hobby. Of course, he couldn't get permission for that. So what did he call it? Subbuteo. And Subbuteo is the Latin name for the hobby. So falco Subbuteo. You know, he can't be beaten, that man. So anyway, we start off by drawing a nice curve like this to create the head. And again, I'm using a slightly thinner marker here. And then we do another little curve there, the bill, and we bring it back around like that. And just this little section there, and then the lower part of the bill. And then the eye, of course, just about there. And they have lovely yellow markings around their eye as well, just like the peregrine. And now from there we go straight off like that, and off into another curve there. And we just indicate roughly the primary feathers and bring it right back down like that. So you can do this with with a pencil just to work it out. So do have a look out for these remarkable birds. They're very fast, and some people, you can mistake them for a swift actually, but they're slightly bigger, and they're usually found around estuaries and wetlands in the summer. But as I say, they're very rare in Ireland, but if you saw them, it'd be a terrific thing. It reminds me, years ago, my family and I were in Mallorca, and we're staying in this lovely place called Alcudia. It had a lovely marsh there, so it was great for me, you know, right beside the lovely marsh. And of course all the family like nature and that, which is great. But anyway, we met a honeymoon couple, English couple, and they were just there, and we were having breakfast with them and everything. And of course, this man walked out with this beautiful young bride, and his friend came up and said, "Hobby!" And he looked at him, and he was gone. And his poor bride, who wasn't that familiar with the whole birding thing, said to me, I know it's a lovely hobby, but just to run off like that, this bird watching thing. So I had to explain that that code word hobby meant this rare falcon. So it's quite amusing. He did see it, so he's very pleased with himself. Anyway, I'm just going to indicate very quickly there the legs and feet, and then there's heavy stripes like that, and so as I say, it's very, very heavy marking there. And here's the moustachial stripe there like that, and very quickly just indicating these lovely markings underneath the wing as well. So bear with me, and I'll do a tiny bit of colour on this now. I'm going to use a little bit of watercolour here. As I say, I'm just doing this quickly because I just want you to see me putting this on. This is where the lovely burnt sienna colour is. Just there like that. And put a little bit of the blue up here like that. So if you see something interesting and you try and do a quick sketch of it, and even if you don't know what it is, because it's then you can look at it later on, but at least you'll say, I know it had a grey head, or it had lovely colours around its feet, or whatever. Isn't it great that we don't live on Mars? We'd miss out on all these remarkable, wonderful creatures that live on our planet. Such a variety, we're blessed, you know. And it's nice to think that people have taken advantage of it and started to be a little bit more creative themselves, or taken up whatever bird watching, or an interest in something that's creative. And that's so important, you know, for your own sense of well-being and everything like that. So let's just give you a very quick idea how to draw this bird, and I'll just finish off with a few quick suggestions here of reeds like that. So as I said, it's about the size of a kestrel, and I'm sure most of you know what a kestrel looks like. but I'll do one sometime. This lovely bird, guess who? That I think most people that do know love it. So I'll put back on the original again just to give you an overall view of the colour and everything like that. But listen, thank you for your company. I really enjoy that, and I hope you did too. And stay safe, stay creative. So that's it for me, Don Conroy. Until the next time.